guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye. This is B.fleye Beauty and I have something in my eyeball. Okay, I just showered and I'm ready to do some makeup. I'm going to see a movie tonight. I'm very excited. Which one am I going to see? Strangers, something? All of Us Strangers. Super pumped. I have not been to a movie in a long time. Ooh, excited. Okay, I'm just gonna get ready with you guys and I wanted to talk about something that has really already been talked about quite a bit. So you probably don't need my view on this, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. And that is mostly Gen Alpha, shopping Sephora, a lot of detail on this, like messing up of the store, being there without having supervision, purchasing and using more mature skin products, especially Drunk Elephant, which I'm just now realizing, like, everybody's all over Drunk Elephant, but they're not marketing to children. They've had a very fun packaging since the beginning, and I personally love the packaging, but I also love more, let's see, I guess juvenile things like Target clothing for kids. Love their dresses. Why don't they make those in my size? So I can see why I am more drawn to it, and it's kind of connecting the dots for me that might be why children are more drawn to it, right? Because I'm sorry, but if you're 12, you're a child. So it has more fun packaging for being a more high-end brand, so I can see why they're attracted to it. I don't think, I mean, I can't guarantee, but I want to guarantee, I want to say I guarantee that Drunk Elephant is not marketing to children. I don't think that that's what they're doing. I do think, though, there is something to, what do I want to wear? I think I'm just going to do some spot concealing, but people are upset at a few things. Being unsupervised, playing with all this stuff, all the testers. I also have an issue with that, but I have an issue with kids being unsupervised in any capacity when they're unruly and they mess with things they shouldn't. I don't have a problem with a child going into Sephora if they're 10 years old. I think it's awesome. I think, you know, they just need to be careful and treat things nicely, just like you would want them to treat anything else. I do think that there is something to, like, when people are like, oh, they shouldn't be interested in skincare. Why not? I was obsessed with makeup as a child. I was obsessed with beauty and makeup since I can remember. I used to rip up Vogue magazines and plaster them on my walls. If you were born in the 80s or the 70s, that's what we did. I mean, like, I will try to find a picture of my wall if I can when I was in high school, completely covered. I mean, model pictures, a lot of Elijah Wood, to be honest. I guess I don't understand why it's not okay for them to be interested in it. I have friends that didn't start washing their face regularly till their 30s. That's gross. That you should be washing your face every night. I have friends, guaranteed, and this I can guarantee, that don't use SPF every day. Like, what? Yeah, maybe it's, oh, they have it's hard for them to pick up habits and remember. Put it on. Put it on your face. Wash your face at night, put SPF on in the morning. It's very, very simple. You brush your teeth, right? If you brush your teeth, you can wash your face. I mean, I just think it's gross. Really, really, really rarely in my whole entire life have I not. Maybe I'm a little obsessed. That's fine too. But that's a huge part of keeping your skin really nice as you grow older, those two basic things. So I was allowed to play with my mom's makeup as a child. She was big into teaching me how to use things and what looked good, and I really loved it. So if I have friends that do not wash their face and or do not wear moisturizer, SPF daily. Wouldn't it be cool to like teach a child at a younger age that that's really important? I think so. Now, are they being taught that, or are they just watching TikTok? Probably number two. But I think it's just a really awesome opportunity to teach your children, girl, boy, whatever, how to use skincare and how it can benefit them in the long run. And also how to teach them that not everything on TikTok is for them. Like, that's okay. If you have the means and you want to buy your child something that's $100 for their skin, go for it. I think you're stupid. But if that's how you want to spend your money, go ahead. I have a lot of reasons of saying that it's stupid to buy your child something that's $100. The reason I think that is, number one, just because it's $100 doesn't mean it's better, right? There is a video coming on that. Number two, a lot of things that are expensive are things that can be bought at a lower price point and be just as delicious. And number three, a lot of things at that price point are acids, actives, retinols, things that a sweet, sweet baby angel with their beautiful, amazing skin at the age of 10 should not be putting on their skin. So that gives the parent an opportunity to teach them what is good and what is bad for their skin. And if they don't know, you can Google. You should know that they don't need to be using any actives on their skin whatsoever at that age. Maybe as a teenager, sure, right? You have acne, whatever. I feel like it's like a combination of a lot of things. I don't think we're gonna get rid of TikTok anytime soon. And I don't think our kids are gonna be less addicted as we go along. So I do think it's everyone as a collective's job to help teach these younger people how to properly use things, whether they have $1 million or $10, right? If they really wanna spend $100 on a moisturizer that's just as good as something from the drugstore, great, fine. But let's make sure that we look at the ingredients that's inside of this and say, hey, is this okay for my child to be putting on their skin? I do think that Dove, I'm gonna put it up here and maybe link to something in the description box, but I do believe that Dove or a brand like that is starting to market some stuff to Gen Alpha. And I think it's really, 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 really smart. People act like we never went to Claire's and we never went to Target or Walmart or wherever we went to buy makeup and to buy fun lip gloss and lotions. Like, we did that. We just didn't have a Sephora. Can you imagine if we had a Sephora as kids? Now, I'm a hyper rule follower, so I would not be one of those children that's like dipping my finger in everything and running around. Like, that clearly, we don't need that. We need somebody to be watching these kids when they're in there. But to have the privilege to go in as a kid, I would have loved that. I would have absolutely loved that. So I don't think that kids shouldn't be allowed in Sephora. I just think they need to have somebody that's with them paying attention, which I'm sure is hard, right? When you are in there looking for yourself, I'm sure it's very hard to say, let me watch you while you run around and do everything. It's like a freaking smorgasbord in there. How do I not stick my finger in everything? Like, it's really hard. I want to spray everything. I want to touch everything. I want to swatch everything. So I get it. I really understand where they're coming from. I think that they just, and again, a whole nother thing. I do think it's part of mostly the parent's job. I will say this. It is mostly the parent's job to watch their children when they're in a store, making sure that they don't go all over the place and they don't trash the place. And it is also the parent's job to know what their child is buying and making sure it's appropriate. I mean, wouldn't you want to make sure that your child was buying a Coke and not a beer? Like, it's kind of the same thing for me. Like, you're not going to get your child to not be interested in that stuff, but you just need to watch and teach them, like, what's good for your skin and what isn't. Going back to Drunk Elephant, it is exciting to look at. And they are really good products. So it's kind of hard to say, no child, you can't have that. I mean, I wouldn't buy that price point. I can barely afford that price point for myself. I'm like literally saving up for one of my favorite Drunk Elephant products right now. So like, I don't think I would buy my child that. Here's what I think your child needs. I think your child needs to wash their face on a regular basis, whether they wear makeup or not. And this is for everybody. It's not just for children. Everybody in the world should wash their face every night. Even if all you put on was moisturizer. Even if you didn't put on moisturizer, you should always, always, always wash your face, even if you're not wearing makeup. Number 2, everybody in the world should wear SPF. Even kids, yes, even kids. So can we get them some really fun looking, like, I think this is just a great market. Like, and I think there is some stuff out there. What's her face from Stranger Things? Millie Bobby Brown. Love her so much. Love her so she came out with a line of makeup and skincare. I think we just need more of that. That is marketed towards younger kids because they do want something that's fun looking. No kid wants CeraVe. Yes, it is really, really good. It is that good. I recommend it for a reason. Some of my favorite dermatologists that I watch and learn from recommend it. It is good for a reason. But an 11-year-old watching TikTok isn't going to be excited to buy CeraVe. So what do we do about that? Well, you could just tell them you don't need it and be a parent and say, you know, I'm not going to spend money on that. This is good. And you can have fun with your routine with these products. Or they can find similar products with a similar vibe, more fun packaging, marketed towards them, that's really exciting for them to use, but it's safe for their skin. Like, how is that so hard? I just don't understand. So I think it might be a way, and I think we might be kind of going towards that, honestly. People marketing more towards Gen Alpha for skincare, especially, not just makeup, but skincare. Because I don't remember, as a kid, being that into skincare. So I think that's the difference, is that, you know, what lip gloss is really going to hurt us as kids? Well, we weren't super into skincare and they are now, and things can hurt them a little bit. And so we do need to be careful, and we need to watch, and we need to teach. And I just think that that's not happening. I also think that, I will touch on this for a second, that we're afraid to tell kids what to do because we're afraid of upsetting them. And it's our job to help teach them how to act and be good people in the world. And so I don't think it's a Sephora person's job, like a Sephora worker's job, to tell a kid what to do, because I feel like it might be overstepping, right? And to a parent, maybe the same, but the parent really needs, they really need to fix that. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Kim's Convenience, but I watched this recently, and for the first time. It's been off air for a while. Really hilarious, cheesy show, easy to watch, 20-minute episodes. And basically it's a Korean Canadian family that has opened up a convenience store, and it's about their life owning this convenience store. And so this child walks in with his parent, and he starts like running all over the store. He starts tearing up bags of chips, screaming, and the owner, Mr. Kim, goes up there and he's like, hey dude, like, you can't be doing this. And his mom's like, we don't tell him no. Like, you've hurt his feelings, kind of thing. Again, I am going to touch on this a little bit. I think that's a little too far as parents. I think I am 42, getting close to 43, and I think my generation and older, especially, we had pretty strict upbringings. No matter what your beliefs were, you had a pretty strict upbringing. We also didn't have social media, right, as kids. So our generation as parents, like me and you, people that are in their 30s and 40s, I think, this is my opinion and my theory, is I think that we have wanted to go the opposite direction with our children, and we've gone a little too far, and we need to bring it back again. I think there can be a balance of how we were raised and how we are raising our kids, so that there is still some sort of discipline and expectation when we go out into the world and when we are at home, like how we treat people, how we have conversations, how we treat other people's things. That might not be taught by everyone right now, because we're trying to be a little bit more loose and caring in some ways. And that's, again, I only want to touch on that a little bit because I feel like that can be a whole video in itself, and I'm not trying to offend people, but we are not allowed to act like that as adults, and we do need to teach our kids and our children in our community that it's not okay to act like that, because that's going to become habit, and then we're going to act like that as adults, and that's not okay. And it's also like, can't keep a job when you act like that, you know? There's a lot of things that go with that. So anyway, that's kind of my take on that. Like, destroying the store is one thing, but going in and testing with your family and not doing anything wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we did that. We just didn't have these stores. I think the bigger problem is that parents are letting them buy it, and they're not looking into it. Is it okay for their skin or not? It's really not. Like a wash, a moisturizer, if they have acne, some sort of acne thing, a serum that's maybe just a moisturizer so that they can feel good, facial masks that are moisturizing, like all of that is really good stuff. Or maybe a clay mask if they have more acne. Like, simplicity, I think we just need to make it more fun for them so that it feels like something really exciting. Unfortunately, that's where social media is. And if we want them to not be using something damaging on their skin, then we need to provide them with something that isn't going to do that, so that they can take part in the fun and the luxury. I mean, it is a luxury, and it feels so nice. And like, sometimes you just want to be like your mama. Like, wouldn't that be just, I don't know. I see both sides of it, but I just think, why not take the opportunity to teach them something in this situation instead of completely saying you don't need any of this? Because, again, put yourself in the position as people that love beauty. If you were a kid in this world today, I mean, I would have died. Ulta, Sephora, are you kidding? Ugh, I'm like drooling just thinking about like walking in for the first time as a kid. Where would you go first? Where do you think you would go first? Brightly colored for sure, shiny. But like, you can't say that like Urban Decay is marketing to children because they have fun packaging, or Too Faced. So like, why are we saying that about Drunk Elephant? You know, I just think it's really interesting. Okay, let me clean up all this stuff right here. I would really love to know your thoughts on this, if you've even heard anything about this. But it's been on my mind to talk about because I've watched a lot of videos on it and really thought about it on my own. And like, what is my perspective on this? I feel like I need just a little, I feel like I need more blush. I don't, but I'm gonna put a teeny tiny bit on. Okay, are you guys excited about the Oscars? Oh, there we go. I'm so freaking pumped. I think the movie we're seeing tonight is not nominated, but it's like being buzzed about. There might have, I don't think anybody in there is nominated either for like actor, supporting actor. But I've only watched about half of the nominated movies. So I'm gonna finish that up this week because my friends and I are going to do an Oscar watching party. So I'm really, really excited about that. All right, I think I might actually just like wear my hair like this or put on a beanie because my hair is a little wet still. All right, I don't even have my glasses over here. Oh my gosh, I can't see you. Well, anyways, this is a look easy peasy, pumpkin squeezy. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this whole drunk elephant, Gen Alpha, getting into Sephora and trying all the things. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? And then I have even more offending videos. Offending? What the heck? Offensive! I have more offensive videos coming up soon just for you. Yeah, my next video is gonna be 3 things that I believe about the beauty space that are really gonna tick people off. So stay tuned. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.